and thank you for being here at the end of the last session. As we've seen for the last few hours, global tension, conflicts, shifting alliance are reshaping our world and the global order. Our next session, and I think it's written here, is Chinese creativity at home and abroad. It might seem counterintuitive to focus our next session on creativity and culture. But in the context of China and Europe, it's not only relevant, it's essential. Sorry, that better? Okay. And of course, it's essential. I would have to say that being the person in charge of culture and art and with partners in crime here to do the programming on arts and culture, you would not expect me to say it's not important. But as geopolitics harden, culture remains one of the last frontier for genuine dialogue. Many of you in this room know that beyond politics and trade, it's often through art, design, film, food, as Joyce said very earlier, food is important, and language that real connections happen. Where diplomacy may falter, art, literature, and shared story continue to build bridges. Creativity is a form of soft power, a way to foster understanding and connection. Europe and China are both cultural giants, with rich history and dynamic creative sectors. But how they express and export culture differs, and often reflecting deeper values. And I want to emphasize on value, because this is what it's all about. Europe champions openness, diversity, and rights. China balances heritage with state-guided modernity. This difference makes dialogue challenging, but also more important and urgent. Beyond identity, let's remember one thing. Creative industries are economic powerhouses. In both regions, they generate millions of jobs and billions in value. From fashion to film to gaming to architecture, creativity is not an expression, it's a strategy. And in today's digital world, where content is shaped with algorithm and controlled by a few platforms, cultural autonomy matters. How we tell story, who gets heard, what values are embedded in our digital space are now geopolitical questions. Lastly, creativity has a role in shaping our shared future. Shared future, which is at the core of Asia society mission and values. From climate change to social cohesion, we need imaginative thinking, narrative that moves people, not policies that just move paper. So why talk about creativity and culture now between China and Europe? Because they help us see one another more clearly, work together more effectively, and imagine futures that we might actually want to share. To run this next session, I will let the floor to two much more dynamic and young and energetic people that will run a very engaging session that will involve all of you. But before I do that, I want to apologize on one of our panelists who is gone. Qing, but it was on the original program. Qing, as many good dancers, have a back problem. And he is, as we say in French, cloué au lit, nailed in bed, and cannot, at the last moment, could not come. So she apologizes to all of you. She would have loved to be here. But there is a wonderful replacement, and I will let the two, Rohan, my good friend here that I just blanked on the name, Capucine. How can I do that, Capucine, to you? To come and introduce the next panelist. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
We're really far from each other.
Yeah, we're far from each other now, but it will fill up.
Our heart is close.
Yes. We are at the China Summit, and so this session will be slightly different with both English and Mandarin, so get ready for that. I will start by introducing Jiang Chong'er, who is a designer and artist. She co-founded Shangxia with Hermès, which is some of the most beautiful furniture I've ever seen in my life, that's inspired by Chinese craftsmanship and tradition. She's also an artist who recently, well, last year, exposed at the Musée Guimet here in Paris, and her exhibition was not only inside, but also outside on the facade with all of her sculptures. So Jiang Chong'er, please come up. Our second speaker, Jia Jiawei, is an award-winning screenwriter. She is the screenwriter of a film that you may have heard of, A Little Red Flower, which was one of the highest-grossing films in 2020 worldwide and has been nominated for 4 major awards. She's also written for other film and TV, and I'm sure we'll hear about it more. Please come up.